Good afternoon or morning, depends when you're watching this. My business ethics students, how are you? This is Mr. Argueta reporting to you late in the week, but nevertheless, I wanted to get a video out to you, let you know what's going on. As you know, this is our midterm week, so you should have been working on that. Hopefully, you are gearing up for it and getting ready to take or have taken your midterm. Please understand there is no extensions on this. This is 10% of your grade. So it is an important grade to you. Let me address a couple things before we get started. I want you to know that I hear you loud and clear. I understand that you guys have a lot going on in life. If similar to your situation, I had returned back to finish my undergrad when I was already married and had a couple kids. So I understand the stress of working, raising a family, providing for a home, and trying to get your education. First and foremost, I commend you for that. I know the struggle it is. I was also dealing with some health issues at the time, so I get that process. So as I mentioned before, I know I don't receive late work, and I get the impact that does for you. But if you will notice, I will go in there. I am going to drop, listen carefully, please. I'm going to drop 3 of your lowest scores for the week. All right, so that's going to include 1 test score and 2 assignments. So basically 1 week or half of a week's worth of work, and then we'll look at the end of the semester. Possibly, depending on how everyone is doing, we might drop another one. I can't guarantee that yet. But that being said, I want you to go and look at your grade and see where you stand. I have graded all your discussions, all your assessments. Everything's been entered in. If you didn't finish them, of course, you got zeros. But as I mentioned, I will eliminate for this half of the semester one half of a week worth of work. So that means 1 quiz, 1 homework assignment, 1 of the assessments, and 1 of the Learn Smarts will all be, if there are zeros, or the lowest one basically on your score. So take a look at what that does to you as an overall grade impact. Let me know, what's going on with you guys. My goal is not to somehow be this jerk professor that tries to trick you somehow and failing. My goal is to see everyone succeed. Of course, that's why I'm here, for your success. So I'll do whatever I can in my power and in my ethical realm to help you. Now, that being said, it is still your responsibility to pass this course. I don't give you a grade, guys. You earn it. So I can only give you what you've earned according to the standards we've set. So I hope that you understand that. I try to be as fair as I can. I think it's unfair for me to be able to allow extensions in some situations and not in others, so therefore I don't allow extensions to stay even, but I do this dropping of the lowest grade to help you guys as a whole, as a class. So I'm going to go in there right now and do that. I want to mention a few things before I end this video. If you haven't set up for registration, please do so. Here's the classes I'll be teaching if you need it. Once again, I've encouraged you, if you have not taken Team Project, and you can take Team Project, I only teach this class about once every other year maybe, and this is the 1 year I'm going to teach it. This is a very, very powerful class. We've done some very major things in this class in the past. We've raised over $100,000 for not-for-profits and other things. We've generated businesses with this class. It is a demonstration of what you've learned in the past, whatever amount of courses you've taken in business. This is a capstone class, so if you're almost done with the program and you can sacrifice this hour twice a week, then it would be worth it. I promise you that doing team projects in class versus online is a huge difference. So if you can take the class with us, it's going to be very flexible because it's a team project, so you'll be working in a team. So let me know if you're interested. I'll give you more details about that. Other than that, I hope you do well in your midterm. You guys should be set with that. It's a multiple choice. We removed the time limit, so you guys should be able to handle that without any issues. Here's the registration links. This is all found in your announcements, guys. If you are in Catoosa or Walker County, Miss Beam will be your advisor, and she has a link there with her available calendar dates. If you're in Whitfield, Dalton, I am the advisor there. Just click on that link. You can either come in on one of those scheduled times, or you can call me. All right, you know my number, but in case you don't, it's 706-272-2952, and I'll be available during that time. It is your responsibility to call me. I won't be calling the students that sign up. So if you sign up for a time, you have to call me. All right, so Floyd and Polk, Dr. Pickern, that's his calendar, and of course in Gordon, Calhoun, Miss Melissa Kirby, and that's her calendar. So please make sure you sign up for fall registration. We're getting started right away. All right, now on to what we did last week, which was a great topic. We had some good response. I've answered all the questions. Sorry, guys. I wanted to go back a little further. I messed that one up. I wanted to go back because I don't know if I talked to you guys about this. Oh, my God. What's happening here? It's week 3. Okay. Midterm. So I apologize about that pause. So last week we talked about the oversight in regards to our government and what they're involved to get involved with and not to get involved with. And we talked about Facebook. And Facebook became our central topic about buying Instagram for $1 billion. Now, here's a company who had made no money, had 13 employees, and Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook was not public at the time, so Mark Zuckerberg decided to just go and purchase these guys out. They didn't even have desks or furniture. They were sitting on the floor. And we discussed, what the heck? Why would someone do that? So I want to show you a website, which I post on, I think Anastasia was the one that mentioned it. Anastasia, let's see, where are you, Anastasia? There you go. Was it you? Yes. Anastasia Wolf kind of mentioned that she was one of the few of you that would not have purchased, that thought it was a waste, that wasn't a good thing. She thought that it wasn't worth going for it. So I kind of found this link that I linked in there if you guys want to go back and look at it. It's a very interesting website, Investopedia. It's just kind of I guess like a Wall Street Journal for investment. And I'm going to bring this over so you guys can see it. All right. So this is top companies owned by Facebook, and it goes through some of this stuff. And Instagram is one of the top companies that Facebook owns. And when you read here, they purchased it for $1 billion back in April 2012. And recently, estimates of it being worth $100 billion. Instagram, not Facebook. That's Instagram. Instagram, of course, is it tells you it's a media, photo, and video sharing platform that generates money through platforms of advertisement, which some of you got right on target. You talked about it being a advertisement arm of Facebook. So it is not exaggerated to say that the purchase of Instagram transformed Facebook. Now, one of the big things it did for Facebook, it moved everyone from a desktop platform to a phone, to the cell phone. So Instagram is not a desktop application. It's a phone. It's a smartphone application. So it transferred a lot of those people to the phone. So think about this for a second. People come home or sit at work and they'll jump on the computer and they'll look at Facebook, and that's where they get advertisement. Here's a perfect example, guys, right here, which, by the way, you should take. If anyone's wearing the short suits, something's wrong. That shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't wear. This picture here is normal. This, my friends, is not correct. You shouldn't be wearing short suits. That doesn't make sense. But anyhow, let's go back to Instagram. Instagram then moved people like this that are on a desktop and getting advertisements, as you can see, from their desktop to now their cell phones, which is more accessible to them. So that's a huge money generator. But one of the other things we didn't talk about was all the information that they're now able to capture that you give them voluntarily and I can't remember. I want to say, who was it? One of our students. And I don't want to take up time just searching here. I don't want you guys seeing me just searching through some. Somebody mentioned it. God, who was it? One of you mentioned the fact that you're no longer going to just look at, was it Savannah? No, it wasn't Savannah. Well, one of you mentioned that you're being careful on what you put out there because it's all this information about it, and I think you're absolutely correct. So one of the big things that Facebook also purchased was the information that comes along with your pictures and videos, your everyday life. I mean, every time I see Instagram photos, it's your life, it's your vacations, it's your kids, it's where you eat, it's the foods you eat. All of that is data that they can use towards you to advertise more specifically. I am going to assume that this advertisement, I'll be honest with you, I've purchased from these people, not the shorts. I would never wear this outfit, but I have purchased suits from them. So they know that, and of course they advertise to me, and they are telling me, hey, here's a new style, which is ridiculous, but here's a new style of suit. So I know that these are targeted advertisements because they want me to continue to purchase. That's a valuable part of this purchase. But they are basically generated $1 billion or more in revenue per year for Facebook. Some of the other companies you might have heard of, I use this all the time with people from other countries, WhatsApp app, which is a sort of Skype-y type of thing, or Skype. But very popular around the world, not so popular in the United States. And then, of course, Oculus, virtual reality type of stuff. Friends Feed, which is like a Facebook type, and then Live Rail. I've never heard Live Rail. I think it's probably a streaming service of some sort. But those are all the different things they talked about the strategy. I did put the link on Anastasia's post if you wanted to read more about it and some of the dollar amounts that they've made. So Facebook market cap right now is at $460 billion as of March 1st of 2019. So imagine what that type of money is. So purchasing, some of you now, thinking about purchasing a $1 billion company out of a $460 billion pot, it's not that big of a deal. And imagine turning $1 billion into $100 billion. That's a great purchase. So anyhow, that being said, that was an interesting read. I appreciate your guys' input in that. Other than that, guys, I think that's it this week. This video, you can post on it. That's all I require is for you to add to this. You don't have to add to anyone else. I'm going to add this to this peer discussion post here. You'll see that in a minute. That's it, guys. I appreciate you. I have great hopes that everyone's going to do well in this class. If you are struggling, if after this little grade thing goes away, please let me know. We'll try to do what we can to help you. Guys, it's an honor. It's a privilege. Enjoy this weather. It is nice out there. So take care. Drink a cup of coffee. And for you guys who are anybody out there, a Michael Scott fan, The Office, one of my favorite shows, there's the cup. Drinking some coffee, guys. Have a wonderful week.